This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we have a story about a local man who took it upon himself to do some good in Butler Township. Hello everyone, and thanks for being with us here on SSPTV and at SSPTV.com. We sincerely appreciate it. I'm Ken Karen. I'm about to read our local headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. In an effort to promote diversity and cultural awareness, the Hazleton Integration Project is hosting a diversity night. The community is invited to learn about different cultures, eat ethnic foods, and enjoy culturally diverse entertainment. And it's all free. This is a family event. If possible, parents are asked to bring a hot dish or dessert from their country of origin. All students must be accompanied by a parent, and parents must stay with their children. Diversity night is this Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Hazleton One Community Center, 225 East 4th Street in the city of Hazleton. For more information, call 570-861-8081. Federal authorities will take over the case of a nurse accused of being drunk on the job. Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis announced yesterday that charges against 59-year-old Richard Pieri of Drums were dropped and that the case involving the former nurse is now in the hands of federal authorities. Police allege that Pieri assisted in a surgery while drunk. Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat is looking to create a volunteer advisory board for city parks and recreation. The group would provide advice with any decisions made by the mayor or city council. Cassat says the board would help evaluate parks and playgrounds and help with special events that the mayor hopes to hold. The board would include representatives from various departments in the city. He hopes to have the group ready to operate following the next council meeting, which is set for Tuesday, April 5th. Some residents in Butler Township decided to take litter into their own hands, literally. Resident John Smith gathered a group of neighbors to clean up the litter and debris in their area. The group also went to the Butler Township supervisors for permission to formally adopt Prospect Road. Many organizations have adopted state roadways in the same area. As a result, Butler Township now has an Adopt a Road program. Signs will be posted on the adopted areas, and the township will pick up the litter that is collected. Meanwhile, volunteers are needed for the annual Great Pennsylvania Cleanup in Greater Hazleton. The one-day cleanup is set for Saturday, April 23rd, rain or shine. If you or an organization would like to help beautify the area, contact the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce at 570-455-1509, or you can email jferry@hazletonchamber.org. The April 26 primary election is just around the corner. One of the races on the ballot will be for Pennsylvania Attorney General. 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans are seeking their party's nomination. One of the candidates made a stop in our studios recently and talked with our Lisa Sugar.
I am very pleased to welcome to our studios Allegheny District Attorney Steven Zappala, who is a Democratic candidate for Attorney General in the state of Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for being here. For people who do not know you, first of all, who is Steven Zappala?
Well, actually, I'm a third-generation person to hold public office. I'm a third-generation member of my family to practice law. I've been the district attorney in Allegheny County for the last 5 terms. This is the beginning of my 19th year. I'm a little rusty at this because the last 4 times I ran, I didn't have competition. So I'm starting, to get back out on the road, and I've met some wonderful people. Pennsylvania is a wonderful place to live, and unfortunately, when you're talking about the criminal justice system, a lot of people in this Commonwealth are facing the same problems, and that is true up here in Hazleton and Wilkes-Barre and in Scranton.
We've seen some horrible things in our area. I know you just recently had a serious incident, 5 people murdered at a barbecue in suburban Pittsburgh. How do you get a handle on things like this to keep our community safe?
Well, certainly that doesn't reflect well on the Pittsburgh area, generally speaking, but there's a battle going on out there. There's a lot of illegal guns on the streets. We're having a major problem with opiates and the addiction, especially the younger people who don't understand how powerful prescription drugs are and how that leads to opiate addiction and heroin addiction. As I said, that's a battle. But the Attorney General's office is a $100 million operation, $71 million of which I think that's the right number, is dedicated to the investigation and prosecution of criminal matters. And the thing that the District Attorney's Office does, and certainly the Attorney General's Office can do, is bring people together. So something that starts maybe as a criminal justice issue has components which oftentimes economic injustice or social injustice or political injustice. So bringing agencies together that aren't typically involved in the criminal justice system has led to a lot of results that improve everybody's living situation.
In the past, we've seen the Attorney General's crime unit here in Hazleton. We need more police on the streets here, and they have come in to assist. Would you continue to do that, or would you bring new innovative ways to help out the area right here?
I just left a meeting in Wilkes-Barre with the mayor up there, and yeah, I would certainly keep that. And what we're going to do is we're going to augment those assets. We're going to take the existing grand juries and we're going to modify them a little bit so they're not just investigating, but they're indicting, which will help us bring even more assets to the table. Hopefully some federal assets like the FBI and the ATF to assist us on the illegal handguns and take more of those off the streets.
And are there any other topics that are part of your platform that you want to address if you are elected?
Yeah, I think that we did some innovative things in Pittsburgh concerning housing complexes. People come in and the absentee landlords, so to speak, they really don't have a vested interest in ensuring that our residents have safe and decent housing. So what we did with one housing complex in Pittsburgh is that we indicted the owners, a corporation, as a criminal nuisance, and then we asked the judge to assign a receiver, so the receiver would collect all the rents, and then they turn around and they took care of all the problems within the housing complex. It addressed the existence of criminals, but what it also did is, as I said before, it gave the people that live there safe and decent housing. And there's some housing complexes up here that we're going to take a hard look at.
Well, when people head to the polls, we're seeing a large turnout in the presidential caucuses and primaries in other states. Are you confident that Pennsylvanians are going to come out in full force too? Because this is an important election year, not only nationally, but on the local level and state level as well.
I think, I'm optimistic that a lot of people will turn out, but I'm prejudiced because I'm a Democrat and there's a larger registration on the Democratic side. I don't know that Bernie Sanders is going to be around by the time April 26th rolls in, but if he is and trends remain consistent, I think we're going to see a large turnout.
Well, I thank you for coming by our studios, and we hope to talk with you again before the election.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Lisa. Please stay tuned because we have a guest speaker from the Standard Speaker here for sports. It's Anthony Bellino, who will talk about local swimming, the Final Four, and more. And coming up next, with the debut of Wild Bout Huntin' only a few days away, the host and producer of the show is back for another exciting hunting segment.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
I am pleased to welcome back Dennis Gantz, who is the producer and host of the soon-to-be Wild Bout Huntin', to be seen on the Hunt Channel and right here on SSPTV. Dennis comes back to give us all wonderful tips on hunting for those who are longtime hunters or those who are newbies. And people who don't know a lot like myself. I've learned a lot watching all of these segments with you. Today, you brought your bow with you, and you told us you have some maintenance of the bow, some tips on maintaining your bow. So tell us about what you have and what you need to do to maintain it.
Sure. I mean, we're into what we call, if there is such a thing, the off season right now for hunters, and we want to take a look and make sure that our equipment is always maintained as well. As we possibly can. We pay a lot of money for it. So one of the things that I do, I try to shoot a lot with my bow. So anytime that you're shooting a lot, things are going to come loose, things are going to wear. You want to make sure that you're maintaining it. So one of the things that you can do, it's a very simple test, is if you're shooting and you're hearing like a vibration when you shoot, you want to stop and take a look at that because something's loose. So if you took your bow and you just, okay, you can hear there's a little bit of knocking in there, okay? See that right there? All right. So we've got something loose on the bow. So what I would do is inspect my bow, look all around. Now, I looked here, okay, and actually my attachment for my bow quiver, all right, we have the screws loosened up. So all you would do is take your tool, multi-tool here, and just tighten up those screws. Because sometimes if you don't put any kind of a Loctite or something on them or a little bit of wax on the threads, after prolonged shooting, those things tend to come undone. And you want to make sure that they're tight because you don't want anything coming off, especially on your cams, which are the top and bottoms of the bow here where the string is attached. If you've got screws coming loose on there, which I had that happen to me once, you want to be careful because the whole bow will blow up. So you want to make sure that you have everything tightened. Okay, now we really dampen that down. It's not vibrating much for us at all. Another real quick tip that you want to take a look at is if you shoot a lot, you want to look at your string. All right, with a lot of shooting, your string's going to dry out. Okay, because every time you put a lot of force in there, that string's going to dry out, and you want to make sure it stays moist. And the way you can do that is just buy some bowstring. And one of your archery shops have it, or big box stores, or Walmart. Just go in. It's basically a tube. Looks like a big tube of chapstick. You press that up, and all you would do is take it, put a little bit of wax wherever there's a string exposed, and then you just take your hand and your fingers and you run through, and that friction will kind of melt that wax into that string, and that will prolong the life of the string. And strings are not cheap. You pay about $100 for a new string.
How often should you be reapplying that?
Again, you want to pay attention to the string itself. You don't have to reapply it all the time, but you want to watch. If you start seeing like the little hairs sticking off, like a fray here and there, you want to make sure you put some wax on there and reapply it, and then that'll increase the life. Plus, your bow will shoot a lot better for you. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're always putting wax on there and making sure you're not having any of that. You know, it gets expensive when you got to start replacing things, so you want to make it last as long as you can.
All right, some great information, great tips. Dennis is going to be back next time giving us some tips on how to use this, so you're not going to want to miss that one. And when they want information on the show, on tips on everything, where do they go?
They can check out our Facebook page or our website, or they can email us at info@wildbouthunting.com. We'll be more than happy to get back to them.
Dennis, thanks for coming in.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
In just 3 days, you can see the premiere of Wild Bout Huntin' on the Hunt channel. Watch Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on Angel 2 Dish 266 and live stream at huntchannel.tv at 8 and 10 a.m. and 3:30 and 7 p.m. And Wild Bout Huntin' premieres Monday here on SSPTV. Tune in at 4:30 p.m. to see episode 1. For more details, go to facebook.com/wildbouthuntin'.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Check out the new lights in the Center City Park in Hazleton and the beautiful blue skies we had in our area today. Here's News 13 weather right now from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy. We'll have a low around 40 degrees with a south wind around 14 miles per hour. Let's check out the 4-day outlook. On Thursday, a slight chance of showers after 3 p.m. Increasing clouds with a high near 62. Breezy with a south wind 13 to 20 miles per hour. Gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Our chance of precipitation is 20%. Thursday night, a chance of showers, then showers likely and a possible thunderstorm after 2 a.m. Cloudy with a low of 56 degrees. Wind gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. 60% chance of showers. Friday, showers likely and a possible thunderstorm before 2 p.m. Then a chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 63. Chance of precipitation is 70% on Friday. Friday night, a chance of showers again. That's mainly before 8 p.m. Mostly cloudy, low of 38 degrees, only a 30% chance of showers. Sunday, once again, a chance of showers, partly sunny, high of 50 degrees. Saturday night, another chance of rain and snow showers before 2 a.m. as we will see a low of 27. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 38. And then Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low of 22 degrees. And now here's your midday winning lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 6, 1, Pick 3, 7, 7, 7, Pick 4, 0, 8, 9, 5, and Pick 5, 0, 0, 0, 3, 2. And now it's our home of the week, located at 255 Turnberry Lane in Eagle Rock Resort. This beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bath chalet looks over the #1 tee on the 9-hole golf course. It has an open floor plan on the main level with a living room, dining room, and kitchen, all 1 plus 3 bedrooms and a full bath. The master suite and loft make up the second level, and the lower level features a spacious family room and bath. This 3,500 square foot home is close to the swimming pool, golf course, restaurant, fitness center, and spa, and it comes completely furnished for $395,000. For a tour, you can call Diane at 570-956-3323. For a tour of the local sports landscape, stay right where you are. FYI will be right back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's Wednesday, it's Dave Day, and Dave sent over a pinch hitter right now. It's Anthony Bellino from the Standard Speaker. You guys are very busy at the Standard Speaker. Spring sports preview coming out. We'll hit on that right at the end of the sportscast. But Anthony, let's start with March Madness. First off, how'd the bracket go? I mean, people are saying busted right in the beginning. I think it was the Midwest where Syracuse is from. Kind of just throw that one out. That was crazy. But how'd you do?
Can't complain, everybody's been up and down this year. I obviously did not have Syracuse. I don't know too many people who did. But I've got North Carolina in the fight, so if they can pull it out, I think I'll be in all right position. At work, not so hot. I had Oregon winning it all. Steve Stallone, Dave Seaman, jockeying for position. Of course, they're near the top, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm excited for the games this weekend. It's been a great tournament and a lot of fun.
Now, Dave picked Oklahoma. They've been impressive the whole way. You think they'll get past Villanova and they'll be in the one half there in the championship?
As a Temple Owl, I might be slightly biased on that question, but it's an interesting game because you've got the team that's been arguably the most impressive in the tournament as a whole in Villanova going against Buddy Hield, the best player in the tournament, and throw Woodard and Cousins into that equation. And Oklahoma's dangerous. I think that's going to be a great game between two great teams and arguably the best player in college basketball this year.
And Syracuse, a lot of fun to watch, at least the last 2 minutes or whatever of the game, scrambling to just capture these games. You mentioned their full court press, and the Cuse is in the house. I mean, no one really saw it coming, but they're playing entertaining basketball. I have North Carolina winning. You think North Carolina could beat Syracuse? Will they finally get it done and send Jim Boeheim home?
I think they're the favorite. Bryce Johnson, Marcus Page playing at an elite level. Kennedy Meeks has been great for them in the tournament. They're just getting production from everywhere, so North Carolina's got to be considered the favorite in that game, but Syracuse might be a team of destiny, not to sound cliche, but there's something about them. They're down, they're trailing, but they just keep throwing those punches back and getting back into games.
Man, the whys don't matter. I don't think I watched one other game of college basketball other than Penn State this year, and somehow my bracket's doing fine, so that explains pretty much everything right there. Anthony, let's go local right now. You covered the state championships. High school swimming followed Morgan O'Hara and Jorge Moncayo from Hazleton area out there. Morgan, a senior, ended her Hazleton area high school career, and she was very happy because her goal was to get out there as an individual and compete. She did that in the 100 back.
From doing their preview, covering them throughout the year a little bit, and then making it to states, that goal never wavered from both Coach Michelle Yakubowski and Morgan O'Hara. They said the number one goal for the year to cap off her career was to make it to states as an individual. She went out and did that, taking gold at districts, and you could tell that there was just a lot of pride in what she did and what she accomplished this year. Obviously, at the state meet, it's a whole different animal. She told me going into it, it's like throwing a small fish into a humongous sea, and it was really, really, really impressive to see some of these kids from across the state swim at the highest level, and they were just putting up impressive times on obviously both the boys and girls side.
Now, I've interviewed Morgan in the past, always smiling. She seems to be always happy, and she was very determined, though. I found something very interesting in your article where she said that she had the times posted for the qualifying state times up in her bedroom. So like you said, she had that focus to get there to the state championships. Congratulations to her and Jorge Moncayo, who will be back for the Hazleton area Cougars next year, right?
Correct. Jorge will be back. He made big improvements this year, obviously making it to states as an individual, so he'll kind of be the catalyst of the returning Cougars next year. So it'll be exciting to see what he brings back, if he can lower some of his times and maybe improve a little bit at the state level, hopefully get back there, obviously with an impressive performance at districts. But Michelle's got to be eager to get Jorge back for next season.
Finally, Anthony, Spring Sports Preview coming up. What were you working on? What teams were you concentrating on? Talk about what you were doing on your end.
I was like a little bit of a utility guy for the Standard Speaker Spring Sports Preview. I did some softball work with coordination with Bob Lipsky from the Republican Herald. He helped out a lot with some of the Schuylkill League teams, so I got to send a thank you to him. I did a feature on Celine Podlesny, who's looking to win her 4th district championship, along with Uri and a couple other seniors for Hazleton area. They have big expectations coming into the season. They lost some key pieces from last year, but it seems like they're reloaded and ready to go in what's an interesting dynamic because there's been so much fluctuation with the coaching there. But I said in my article that'll come out this week, they remain the measuring stick and the gold standard of District 2. So it's going to be fun to see what Podlesny, Uri, and company bring to the table this year for Hazleton softball. And then just did some capsules for tennis, volleyball, kind of highlighting who's returning for the Cougars and Comets and different teams. A little bit of volleyball. They have a new coach, Kayla Jekyls, at Hazleton area. She's excited for the new year. She's brought some other athletes from different sports, Davion Reeves from the basketball team, out to play volleyball. So she's eager to see them transition from athletes to volleyball players throughout the year. So it's going to be a fun spring sports season. Weather's changing. It's golf season for me. I'm really looking forward to it.
Let me tell you what, I saw the volleyball team practicing, actually doing, I guess, conditioning at Hazelton Area High School. I have some video of the drills they were going through. It was so interesting, rolling around the floor in the hallway. So there has to be some excitement, some different things going on at Hazelton Area. For Anthony's take on local sports, it's at Bellino Speaker, right, on Twitter right now. And also you could find out when that Standard Speaker Spring Sports Preview is coming out. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Hey golfers, have we got the perfect vacation spot for you? Myrtle Beach. Signature Golf Packages builds and reserves the finest and most reasonably priced Myrtle Beach vacations. From scheduling your golf tee times to making your hotel accommodations. Oceanfront to golf course villas. Mark Passon, a Hazelton native, has been doing this for 10 years. Expect excellent customer service, local knowledge of all the courses, and the best golf vacation of a lifetime. Call now to learn all of the specials that Signature Golf Packages can offer you or your group. 866-462-9885 or book now at signaturegolfpackages.com.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Community Bible Fellowship will be holding a free lunch Sunday, April 3rd from noon until 2. Menu includes breaded fish, mac and cheese, veggies, desserts, drinks, and more. Community Bible Fellowship is located at 458 West Spruce Street in Hazelton. For info, just call 570-790-3753. And one more quick announcement, Tamako Community Arts Center will be having a pick and paint ceramic workshop Wednesday, April 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. Cost is $20 per person, and registration is required. Center is located at 125 Pine Street. For info, just call 570-668-1192. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Robert David Cheslakowski of Beaver Meadows. Services will be held at the convenience of the family. The John J. Pustai Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Mary A. Pavlovich of Coaldale. Mass is Friday at 11 a.m. at the St. John's 23rd Catholic Church. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 9:15 to 10:15 a.m. at 130 East Ridge Street in Coaldale. Arrangements are by the Zeiselman Roach Funeral Home. John S. Malott Sr. of Fern Glen. Mass is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. at the Sacred Heart Roman Catholic Church. There will be no public viewing. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Francis Spurey of McAdoo. Funeral is Saturday at 11 a.m. in the Church of All Saints. Friends may call Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. The Damiano Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Thomas J. Kolbush of McAdoo. The Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home is assisting the family. And Robert B. Morash of Middletown. Services Saturday at 1 p.m. in the Chapel of Major H. Winfield Funeral Home in Steelton. Friends may call Saturday from 12:30 to 1 p.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Anna Decker of Frackville. Anna, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
On the date of the Discovery Channel released their first Shark Week 2016 promo, we'll end with a shark story. Airbnb in Ireland is having a contest where 3 winners will be able to sleep in a glass room submerged in water that's filled with 35 sharks. The room is located at the Paris Aquarium. The room fits 2, so you can bring a guest if you like. This information comes from CNN.com. Well, from Sharks to Penguins, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins beat Springfield on Tuesday night, and they still have their eyes set on a division title. We'll see what happens there, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.